children from advertising, and indeed advertising about which we don't know anything at all, how world brands were produced, who were their founders and how they became world famous, and also what happened to them years later. Let's find out. Subscribe to the channel, put a bell on all notifications, let's go. Kinder Chocolate. Everyone who has ever tried Kinder knows this boy with blue eyes. Although Kinder had been using the face of the German boy Gunther Uringer for almost 30 years, in 2005, this child was replaced by a young English boy called Josh Battison. We've been seeing his face since we were children and yet no one knew his name. Although he brightened up our snacks, the child from the Kinder bar box actually does exist. But where is he now? Now, he is all grown up and is definitely easy on the eyes. Although he'll never grow up in our minds, it's interesting to know that today, he is 27 years old. Originally from London, Josh Battison recently posted a photo with him holding a packet of the famous chocolate bars in front of his face. A perfect smile, a very toned figure, beautiful blue eyes. In sum, the little boy from the Kinder bars really has changed. KFC Sanders was much more than just the goofy fictional character who appears in KFC ads today. He was a real person who lived from 1890 to 1980 and was the founder of the Kentucky Fried Chicken chain. To this day, he still appears on KFC merchandise and most locations still feature a picture of him in their lobby areas. Sanders had a very modest beginning, as he spent much of his young life taking work wherever he could get it once the Great Depression began to set in. At one point, he operated a combination auto service station and restaurant. It was while cooking for hungry motorists that the Colonel developed his secret blend of 11 herbs and spices, as well as the idea of making fried chicken in a pressure cooker. He was soon surrounded by many interested investors, and the first KFC franchise opened, oddly enough, in Utah. Before long, KFC had a nationwide presence, as well as the Sanders-coined catchphrase, "Finger lickin' good." Garber Baby. In 1928, Garber held a contest to find a face to represent a baby food advertising campaign. Artist Dorothy Hope Smith entered her simple charcoal sketch of a tousle-haired, bright-eyed cherub of a baby with endearing pursed lips. In her entry, Smith noted that she would finish the sketch if she won. Her drawing competed with elaborate oil paintings, but the judges fell in love with the baby face Smith drew, and when they chose it as the winner, they insisted that the simple illustration remain a sketch. The image of this happy, healthy baby was soon to become the face that launched a brand, a face recognized and loved across the globe. Indeed, the illustration became so popular that Garber adopted it as its official trademark in 1931. Since then, the Garber Baby has appeared on all Garber packaging and in every Garber advertisement. The identity of the baby, however, was kept secret for 40 years, until 1978. Over the years there have been rumors of the actress Jane Seymour being the Garber Baby. But mystery novelist and retired English teacher Anne Turner Cook knew the correct answer. She is the Garber Baby. Milka. It started back in 1901 when the first Milka bar was produced in Germany by Swiss chocolatier Philippe Suchard. The full product name on the label at the time when Milka was created was Milka Suchards. It was later changed to Milka. In the year 1901, when Milka was first produced, the chocolate label was lilac in color, and there was a drawing of an alpine shepherd accompanied by a grazing cow. The advertisement used a real cow, which was painted lilac. The principle has stayed the same even today, and it's very noticeable in every attribute of the chocolate. Lila means lilac in German. It's a color that the brand has grown to be associated with. The purple cow and the color itself have always had a strong bond with Milka, making it a distinctive, unique brand that stands out from other chocolate brands on the chocolate shelves in the store. Smoking is harmful to your health, but back in the 1950s, the world didn't really know that. You could see that in brand characters like the camel and the debonair, suave Marlboro Man, a chain-smoking cowboy who was first played by Darrell Winfield. Darrell Winfield was discovered on a cattle ranch by ad agency Leo Burnett. With his masculine nature and rugged good looks, the Marlboro Man was an instant star who appealed to both men and women. He ended up on billboards and in print ads over the next decade. Pepsi. Once Pepsi had taken its Pepsi Challenge and Generation Next campaigns as far as they were ever going to go, they knew they needed something new that would be memorable and get people talking. While their Cindy Crawford commercial was a mainstay of early 90s advertising home runs, it was still just a one-off appearance. Pepsi wanted something more consistent and found it in the form of Hallie Eisenberg, who starred in a series of commercials for Pepsi in the late 90s and early 2000s. We're sure you remember the ads with the little girl with the dimples who would intimidate restaurateurs before singing about the joy of cola. These all starred Hallie Eisenberg, who began starring as Pepsi's mascot at the young age of 6. Around the time when her Pepsi commercials started, Hallie was wrapping up work on a film by the name of Polly, which was her first, but not last, major film role. Since those days, she's gone on to appear in How to Eat Fried Worms as the character Thora Birch, as well as having roles in Broadway musicals. She's been away from the acting scene since 2010, wanting to focus on pursuing her education and future career plans. McDonald's. The first McDonald's restaurant was opened in 1940 by brothers Maurice and Richard McDonald in San Bernardino, California. It originally was a drive-in that offered a wide selection of items. However, in 1948 the brothers decided to revamp the business, and after a 3-month renovation, a newly envisioned McDonald's opened. The small restaurant was designed to produce huge quantities of food at low prices. To achieve this, the brothers limited the menu, which only featured hamburgers, potato chips, later replaced by French fries, drinks, and pie, and developed a simple, efficient format that they named the Speedy Service System. This included a self-service counter that eliminated the need for waiters and waitresses, and customers received their food quickly because hamburgers were cooked ahead of time, wrapped, and warmed under heat lamps. These innovations allowed the brothers to charge just 15 cents for a basic hamburger, about half the price of competing restaurants. McDonald's was a huge success, and the brothers began a franchise program. On this, our video has come to an end. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, put a bell on all notifications. Thank you all for watching. See you in new videos.